Here we go, part two of our deep end doubleheader tonight in the $300,000 best ball tournament at FFPC. Mike Shope, Adam Krautwurst, Nick Bakay scheduled to join us in a matter of minutes. The bugs are still around, but I've decided to try it. Stay tuned and see what happens. Am I going to be eaten alive by bugs? Is this repellent going to work? Does alcohol help? Here we go. Round two tonight, best ball drafting in the deep end.
Listen, Nick Bakay has been on the show a couple of times. We love Nick, fantasy football aficionado, singer, songwriter, all the things. But it's going to be a tough. Trysta Krick's going to be a tough follow. I mean, she was excellent. Having her on was really, really cool. And listen, Oregon, Washington State, we're coming for you this year for Bills games and everything else.
What's cool about this tonight, the way it fell, was, and it was exciting to have these drafts both fill today. You don't get your draft position until the drafts fill, and everybody, drafting and watching us knows how you'd like to have that advance notice, but you sometimes don't get it. So we got Nick's draft filled first, 9:30, better probably for the West Coast crowd, pick 10. And then our draft with Trysta that we just finished here on the deep end feed, you can see it if you didn't, you can find it if you didn't see it, was pick 2. So Adam, almost nobody we talked about, except when Trysta kept bringing up the Lions guys in the early going, almost nobody we talked about and certainly drafted earlier will be in play on the other end here tonight.
Correct, which is fun. So we got to kind of attack the front end of the draft. We got to attack the front end of the draft at the beginning, and now we get to attack the back end of the draft. And so we get to build whole new teams, which is really exciting.
So big questions after the last few days: Puka Nacua and the Rams.
Yep.
Brandon Ayuk and the Niners.
Yep.
You're guessing a little bit. I think a lot of us who've been drafting the whole summer have been waiting for these sort of moves. Breece Hall goes 101 in this draft tonight. Have been waiting for some of these developments to help us gain edges where we think they might exist. With wide receiver, that could be the case tonight.
For sure. No, completely agree. Breece Hall. Well, the trumpets are sounding. We're good to go.
Let's bring in our guest, Nick Bakay.
Trumpets.
How are you? First question, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. I survived.
Nick went deep fishing with his family today, and in the email he said, I do get very seasick. So I told Adam, Nick is a little bit touch and go, and Adam's point was, why would you ever go deep sea fishing if you get seasick?
It's because my children love it, and I can't imagine sending them out on a boat without me. So I suck it up. I do the manly thing, and I do a patch behind my ear, and I do these magical thinking wristband. I said to my kids when they were making fun of me today, if I thought it would stop me from vomiting, I would wear a wizard's hat.
Sure.
Feel free to make fun of me. I don't care, But no, I got through it. I'm okay. I don't enjoy it, but I survived it. The things we do for our rotten children.
Yes, and the things we do to not throw up. I would pretty much do anything nauseous. Oh,
right.
My God. Get
right.
it out of here.
Breece Hall went number 1, huh?
Yeah.
Who's that genius?
Yeah. Smoke shop.
Smoke shop. Okay. Yeah, no wizard hat for you, Smoke Shop.
I know.
Well, we're on the clock.
The first 9 picks were a scramble, but it turns out those are the top 8 and 9. So, Nick, Adam is a big Garrett Wilson fan. I'm on board too. What do you like here? You've been drafting it all. What do you think we should do?
I have done a few, not recently. I definitely like YR. I mean, we're on the wheel here. Are we 10? It's a 10-team league, and we're the wheel.
12 team.
We're 10 and 12.
Oh, roger that. Okay. I definitely like YRs in the first round due to their tendency to stay healthy. Garrett Wilson. Who else is available? Who are the elite availables?
Harrison would be the other one.
Yeah, he's a rookie. I don't do that in round one, right?
Yeah,
Wilson's
I agree.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go Wilson. You know, who's the backup? Who's backing up Rodgers right now?
Tyrod Taylor.
Your old friend
Ooh,
Tyrod. Well, that's an upgrade from last
we love
year.
it.
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
put up big numbers, right? Yeah, I'd do Garrett Wilson, sure.
So a lot of these drafts have been very purple in the second round, like
Mhm.
4 to 6 tight ends.
Mhm.
I don't know if you have a strategy.
Well,
but
they give an extra half point for receptions in FFPC, right?
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't get completely seduced by that because every year there are 2 tight ends who deliver and the rest of them are atrocious or mediocre. And the problem is identifying who they're going to be. Beyond Kelsey, even he's a little weird this year. Laporta, I would think Laporta. He's the only one I think I'd really look hard at this year. But I
How
don't know if
about
it's worth
Puka
it.
going? How about Puka going in the first round off the injury?
Did he go?
He just
Yeah.
went. Yeah. And so did
Yeah.
Laporta.
I think he's only done it 1 year, but I think that's on the late round one. That's not awful. Oh, look, Laporta went there, and McBride. Boy, oh boy, I think people are sipping a lot of Kool-Aid with that one.
How about Harrison or
complicated.
Kelsey?
I would go running back here.
So
Jonathan Taylor?
Taylor or Barkley then
No.
would be the pick.
Yeah, maybe not. Who's the best one? I mean, who are? Sorry, I just jumped in. Who's the best wide receiver past Harrison?
London.
Devontae Adams.
All right, tight ends. I don't trust any of the. He could do Kelsey, I guess. I don't know. What are you feeling, boys?
We have 10 seconds. I'm okay with Kelsey. I mean, he could be tight end 1 again. You know what I mean? Like he's Hall of Famer. If you don't like Harrison, then I think it's Kelsey probably.
I do Kelsey.
Yeah,
Kelsey it is. Ran out of time, so I'm getting eaten by bugs. But
I didn't know we were on that classic hard
we're
clock.
good.
I yap too much. I'll wrap it up tighter. Look at
You're
you.
doing great. You're doing great. We've worked together many times. This is off. This is a new brand on the market of bug spray here up in the great north country here of
Where are
I
you,
don't know what
Mike?
it's called. But
Where are you?
like 3 hours north of Toronto.
Wow.
Yes. Close to the
Wow.
North Pole, Nick.
What's
I
the
went to
farthest
Bob-
north you've ever been?
I've been north. It's probably Montreal is my hunch. I went to hockey camp in Orillia, Ontario. That's about 100 miles north of Toronto. I went to Bobby Orr and Mike Walton hockey camp.
Yes. Okay.
I think Montreal probably the northernmost point for me.
Perry Sound, where Bobby Orr was born, is way farther north than that. So that is like almost directly west of us, but enough with the geography. Nick Bakay, Mike Shope, Adam Krautwurst, here we are in the deep end drafting an FFPC best ball tournament team for $300,000. If we win 100,000 per, that'll work, right? I mean, Nick, you're pretty cool, but you're okay with that. Or else why would you do that?
Listen, I could think of the money that could help me on a puke-free deep fit.
That's right.
Boat, Mike. They must make, or at least one that washes off. With just a.
Think of what you could put behind your ears for $100,000.
Right. That's right.
Listen, if you can't dream, you're done with life, fellas. Right? I'm ready. Oh my God, that's great.
Look at the purple, Adam.
Yeah.
Look at Dalton Kincaid. Well, that's interesting. I mean, he's trendy, but who the hell knows if he's a second round worthy tight end this year? That's speculative.
Yep.
You want to make bets on whether that team named Let's Go Buffalo will pick Allen in round 3?
Right.
I think it's going to be Kincaid, Allen, and then it will most certainly be RB
9 or something.
And it'll be RB, and then it'll be Shakir and 5.
James Cook, the whole thing.
They're gonna run it hard, and then it will be probably Albert DeBunyan in 7.
want to congratulate Team 4 in advance for drafting Ray Davis in round 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Why is Drake London falling? Why is Drake London falling so hard? He was been going. I don't. Is it because the running backs are going higher now? It's crazy.
It's interesting. Everybody seems to be really excited about Atlanta, and yet, it's maybe a little early. Who knows? We'll see. Nobody knows what that offense is going to be.
Yeah.
They think it's going to be better, but I think I'm wary in early round 1 and 2. I'm wary of new systems, players and new systems. You got to sort of throw a caveat on that. So
yeah,
that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Evans, top of 3. That's nice value.
Yep. The thing about the Falcons, this might have been Buffalo's own Mike Leone saying this on Establish the Run, or it maybe wasn't, is there is such a gap between the horrendously bad for fantasy Falcons Arthur Smith team and like what's possible.
Yeah.
So even if like Bijan was running back 9 anyway, everybody complained the whole year. Split time. I mean, everybody hated everything they did. Running back 9. London, most people think is good. Pitts, most people think, I mean, maybe he's out of shape now, apparently. There's always something. But is talented. Right. Like the Falcons could sort of come in only a little bit above where they were, can't be below, or they could just destroy. And I like betting on that with the Falcons.
Yeah, I think so too. And now that we're in round 3 and beyond, I don't mind rolling the dice, but I always feel like your first 2 rounds, you do not. I worry about speculation there. I think you want to go with somebody who's done it more than once in the same, returning to the same scenario with no new quarterback, no new OC or new head coach. That's otherwise you can really throw your team into turmoil.
No, but you're okay with the Zach Wilson upgrade to Aaron Rodgers for Garrett Wilson, correct? I'm assuming that's okay. Hopefully. Hopefully.
I'm willing to roll with that. That's the thing that's amazing when you look at Wilson's numbers with the quarterback play he had last year. It's exciting, and like that's why I asked, is Tyrod the backup? I thought he was, but I wasn't sure. Even that's an upgrade.
Yes, 100%. So we're coming up here. I don't know how comfortable. So, ETN, Pacheco, those are the ADPs for the running backs. Debo.
We float Mahomes until round 4.
Yes.
Evan Engram at 308.
Wow.
I feel like there's RB value a notch further down the trough.
Yep.
I would look at YR again, I think, here. What do you guys think?
Ayuk or Devontae Smith. Ayuk is in the headlines all the time with.
I love both of those options more than the top rated RBs here.
Okay.
You?
I like Devontae Smith a lot.
I love him.
Yeah.
I would do.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I like it. Yep.
Nick, if you say anything, even 60% of the way to I love him, I'm just going to click it. I mean, it's late out here.
Nico Collins, that's a nice option too. I think anyone from Buffalo looks at him and says, please let somebody spend their fool's gold on Diggs, right?
Yep, that's right.
We all watched him disappear for 8 games last year, right? Nico Collins is that's a great pick there in round 3, I think. Kudos, love stars. Oh, oh my God. We're perilously close to being on the clock again.
That's right.
I like it too, but there are different ways Houston could fall. I mean, with Dell and Diggs and Mixon,
and a real schedule. Yeah.
Oh, so we get
sniped. This is Mahomes for me.
We got sniped. All right.
Nick, are you Mahomes with Travis Kelce here?
Or Allen?
I am not. I'm much more Allen than Mahomes.
Oh,
should Allen. We load it? Should we be homers and pick Allen here?
Or we could go Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts.
Yep. Or we could be really smart and really push quarterback way down the line.
Fine.
Okay.
I like DK Metcalf.
We don't have a running back, boys, right?
It would be.
Although
It's terrible.
I'd
though.
rather. Yeah, no, it's terrible. That's not the right time for running back. I'd rather go QB. Who's the top 3 running backs? Sorry,
Rashad White, James Cook, and Dubenion.
no, let's not do. Are we running out of time?
We are.
Hurts, Metcalf, Allen.
Hurts, Metcalf, Allen.
Oh, I'd go Allen all the way.
Do it.
I really would. Would you?
Do it.
Boom.
I mean, the good news.
I'm so sorry. Who's our homer team? Let's go Buffalo in the 4 slot.
He's disgusted with us.
They had their chance. They picked neighbors.
He just opened up a vein.
They're not watching.
Look at that. Hurts. Yeah, interesting.
So the thing about Allen is we don't stack Devonta Smith or Kelsey, but all of Allen's stackable options come later anyway. So we can still stack our quarterback.
Indeed. I like that.
Not all of them, because we've got.
I'm a little behind the stacking trend, so I'm going to let you be the Sherpa on Stack Mountain.
Stack Mountain.
Nick, can I throw one at you?
Sure.
What's your favorite project you've ever been a part of?
Ooh.
Except for tonight.
Damn it. Okay, now I have to really think. Well, I have to say I really do love Bookie. Bookie is right up there because it's really the one that it's the way I would write if I were left to my own devices, as opposed to very happily part of a working gig. You know what I mean? I love Bookie, and it's on Max. Season 2's in the can. It'll premiere in December, but season 1 is there. If you can find it amidst all the hard promotions for things with dragons.
Oh, I love that show.
Take a look. Shut up. Anyway, it's out there. Bookie's great. That right now, that's easily my answer. But there've been some other fun ones too.
So Nick, opening for the World Championship of Fantasy Football in 2001 wasn't your shining moment.
Wait till you hear this.
How do you know about that?
Oh my God!
Wait till you hear this.
So I was there. I don't remember what year it was.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I was there. My uncle is actually Lenny Papano. So
sure.
I was a young
Lenny of Draft Sharks.
I was a young man. I was maybe 19 or 20. I was 21, something like that, out there. And you were there, and you did a little intro. And that was back when there were no online drafts. It was all live, done in one day, and that was it.
Oh my God, I was thrilled to be there. I mean, I am not being in the least bit facetious. I loved it. And I had so much fun with all the team names. It was great.
That's right.
Lenny's a fantasy pioneer.
He is.
Draft Sharks remains one of the high quality draft for you fantasy football neophytes who need a guiding hand. Draft Sharks is an excellent source, and Lenny's a good man.
Yes, I will. I will tell him you said hello. And actually, another side note: I think he was college roommates with King of Queens there, Kevin
James.
Kevin James.
No kidding. SUNY Cortland.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's
small world.
I bet you that came up, and I've forgotten it along with many other things. But that is a small world. Sure. Wow. Nice.
Unbelievable stuff.
Also, one of the fewer or lesser known things Lenny is famous for is firing his nephew Adam from our Draft Sharks feed. So we had to go on our own.
Fired, left for dead. Mike was there to pick up the pieces.
Were you the really weak nepotism hire, like that guy in Casino that the townie comes in and begs De Niro to just move him a little further down the trough? And he said, I can't. He's an idiot. Was that you?
He's between that and Fredo. He's somewhere between.
I was just going to say, I'm the guy on the boat, actually, that they take out in the lake.
Oh, it's very different.
Fishing with Lenny Papano.
That's right. Listen, if you're looking for a new character for your new show, Bookie.
Oh, come on. You can't pitch him. You cannot pitch Nick.
Not the actor, the character. Make that a guy. Nepotism.
We had one rule.
We do off people right and left. I'm not hating it. Not hating it. Look at him. Pat Mahomes goes third in this draft. Interesting.
This draft slowed down. It was flying through.
This will be a Chiefs receiver right here. This is obvious.
Oh, you think so? The stackaroo?
It could be Rice, could be Brown, could be Worthy. Anybody who wants.
Hollywood, yeah, it's the interesting one, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, all of them are interesting because or
Oh,
not.
it's Christian Kirk.
Dog.
Oh my God,
Whoops.
smoke shop, smoke shop.
Smoke
Put the pipe down. That's insane.
Smoke
There's
shop.
James Cook, Christian Kirk.
I love it. There goes James Cook.
Maroon, if I may.
You like Cook?
Well,
I
that's
can't get
good
with
for
Cook, Nick. Like I'm
I
talking about him every day.
I
and
think Cook will be a solid fantasy back, but we've all seen him drop too many touchdowns, haven't we?
He's
4.
too small to be like a great running back, and he's too slow.
Other
to
than
be
Josh, and look, Shakir is a superb PPR late value wide receiver, later round value. He's wonderful. And Kincaid is overvalued, although he could be smashing this year. But other than Josh, I really don't think there's any other bill in fantasy you can really hang your hat on. It's completely unclear and feels Kansas City committee all over the place to me. You guys?
100. Yeah, they're trying to do what Kansas City did before Kansas City circled back to now, Hollywood Brown and a first round receiver and
I don't know who's going to be getting what. I find Curtis Samuel potentially really interesting later. It just he's a really exciting, versatile football player that could be very interesting, but it's pure speculation.
Agreed.
Well, listen, here's how I see our team. We locked in our tight end, which is good because it's very stressful if you don't. Allen was a little bit sort of, it's our boy, but a little bit weird for what we did, but we did that. So we can, right now we have to build out running back,
wide receiver, running back for the rest of this draft.
I would have liked Cooper, who just went. I think,
I think Cooper is one of the great value wide receivers of this draft these days. I've noticed him going later than he should. He tends to go later than round 5. That's, I had him on teams last year. He was wonderful.
Yeah.
The only thing here.
Sorry,
go ahead, Adam.
I was going to say, I'm definitely receiver here. And I'm good with Pickens or Higgins. If I was on my own, it'd be Pickens or Higgins. I also like Dell as well.
Is Waddle available?
No. Round 2, actually.
Yeah,
round 2.
No kidding. It's stupid of me.
You'll be back. You'll be back.
You'll be back.
I think Dell or Pickens.
Pickens, I worry about.
Especially
Dell. I worry about both those guys because Dell they got a lot of weapons there, and Dell is the little guy. They're a fullback option offense. At least a third of the time, Dell will not be on the field.
Could be.
Now that they have a bunch more, now that our old friend Diggsy is there. Who else? I can't see the draft. I can't see the board.
Higgins?
I gotta get that up. Who else? Give me Higgins, maybe. Who else is up there?
Pick Njoku.
Give me 2 more.
Just pick Njoku and think about it.
No, we have a tight end. Hold on.
Okay.
Who else?
Dell or
2
Higgins?
more wide receivers. Dell or Higgins or who else? Come
Pickens,
on.
Hollywood
Higgins
Brown.
it is. Higgins. We have 2 seconds. Higgins.
Do it.
Doesn't hate Higgins, so it's Higgins. All right, now let's talk. Oh man, this guy's all right, we're gonna be back on the clock in 2 seconds here. So
give me the next I wish I could see I should log in, but I don't know how.
I can.
On the
Do
FFPC.
you want me to get rid of the board here, Mike, for a second?
No, Nick, you can.
I have FFPC. I just, you know what? I had to log in so late after my fishing nightmare. Let me see if I can get on because I want to see. Now we're getting into the value areas.
Let's get through this
where
pick
I work
and then
my friggin' magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hollywood and Njoku or Walker, but I wouldn't.
Okay, how about an RB? We only have 1.
Kenneth Walker. I wouldn't.
No. How about Zamir White?
I wouldn't.
Or Josh Jacobs. Jacobs or White? Too early.
Jacobs gone.
Jacobs is
gone. Oh, he is? Pacheco gone?
I think it's either Kenneth Walker, your favorite receiver, or Njoku to bully tight end.
I love this. Bully the tight end. Who was my favorite receiver?
Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice. I mean, we got No, never mind. Hollywood Brown, Rasheed Rice, Terry McLaurin, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson.
Quick.
Okay. You pick it. You guys pick. I'm out.
Go ahead, Mike.
Rice.
Love that pick. Love that pick. All right.
It's a wild ride here in the deep end tonight with our friend Nick Bakay, just
That's
off
right.
a fishing boat. What kind of boat was it?
I don't know boats. I know that it's one of those boats that's small enough to rock like a boogie board.
Ooh.
Yeah. But but we have a great captain. He knows it's our third or fourth time going out with him, and he knows what he's doing. Hey, has anybody picked Alvin Kamara? Son of a bitch, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those value backs.
Who was the all-time captain, by the way? Who was the all-time captain?
You mean of this boat?
Of anything. If you're on Match Game right now, Gene Rayburn, we're back in Match Game 74. Captain
it
blank.
Would have to be Thurman Munson.
Oh,
how about that?
No, it's Captain Munnerlyn. Come on.
Who's that?
Or you know what? How about a little noise for Captain Pike?
Or that
Star Trek? Anyone?
Kangaroo.
Captain
couldn't
Crunch.
talk. Had the little yes, no, maybe lights during that trial.
Both of those.
I'm really nerding out on you, fellas.
Captain and Tennille, Captain Crunch, Captain. So many captains are out there.
How about a Captain America? Take that, Hitler.
Oh, there it was.
Nazi scourge.
Yeah,
we're up there, and Richard Dawson and Brett Summers. They're yelling at me, and they're all like, "Captain America, why didn't you pick Gary Berghoff?" And
I love that you're invoking Match Game.
So
I'll never forget watching a Match Game under the influence of many inebriants, and it was Brett Summers made a joke that just they clearly were all tired of her, so they probably they got a collusion going and said no one laugh at Brett. So Brett tells a joke, and there's just crickets, the awful silence, and after a long beat, they just cut to Betty White, who was writing on her card, and without looking up, she just went thud. And it's still one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Thud.
So Klugman, sorry, Adam. Klugman. Now I'm like Jim Brinson, using actors and
Jim Brinson, Empire Sports, baby.
Yes. So the first time I met him, I worked there and did the radio station show across from Empire. He came over and he starts talking about playing tennis with Chuck. Yeah. And Nick, I think you're going to love this. Not to flatter myself, but I think you'll love this. Like, who's Chuck? And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't I say?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Chuck Heston." Charlton Heston.
That's one of my favorite things. When I was a kid growing up, you'd watch The Tonight Show. And you'd realize, these people, if you really are cool and in Hollywood, you know what their friends call them.
Oh.
Because it was Chuck Heston. It was,
Bobby De Niro.
Tony Quinn, right?
Yes.
Not Anthony Quinn, Tony Quinn. And they used to always do this joke where I'd be like, Chuck Heston's coming by. Dolph Hitler will be here. Because his friends and family don't call him Adolf, they call him Dolph. If you're in showbiz, it's Dolph Hitler. He will be here. And I'm like,
Bobby De Niro. Now everybody calls
De Niro.
It's lasted so long that now everybody knows he's Bob or Bobby. Like, it's just been so many years later.
And no one's scared of him anymore now that he makes awful movies, so they can say those things. Bobby.
Have you met him?
I have one De Niro story.
Oh,
when I was a struggling actor in New York, I used to get hired to read for auditions, and he made a movie. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was him and Sean Penn, and it was a remake of an old 40s movie, and they were escaped cons, and Demi Moore was in it. And anyway, I got hired for 2 days to do the screen tests for all these actresses, and I had to wear a Mountie uniform, and De Niro was wearing a monk uniform, and it was in this one set on the west side of New York, and And then all these famous actresses came in and auditioned. It was their screen tests. And De Niro, I played this Mountie. I had to throw De Niro into this room and then do this whole scene. And with me, De Niro, and the auditioning actresses, lots of famous actresses. And I remember thinking, well, at some point, De Niro will loosen up and we'll talk about the Mets or something. I spent 2 days in a backdrop with a white cyclorama, like we're in a bad modern movie about limbo, in 2 director's chairs, and he's in a monk outfit with a hood, and I'm dressed like a Canadian Mountie, and we never spoke. And then they go, okay, and speed, and ready, and I have to grab him by his monk outfit and throw him into this room, and then just give him the business. And yeah, and then he didn't speak to me, and he spoke to me about a day and a half in, and did that dinner thing where he got really close to me to tell me that I wasn't intense enough. Thank you. Oh shit! All right, great. All right. That was the one interaction we had was essentially, I don't think you're very good. Okay, thanks, Bob.
Wow,
great. Thanks,
love
Bob.
Love it.
Yep.
Nick, your dreams of drafting Zamir White have almost come to fruition.
And he's there. He's
there.
there.
Punch the ticket. Punch the ticket.
Do it.
Or I think that's the way to roll. Let's
do it.
Okay.
He's going to be the man in Oakland.
RB1.
See how old I am? I said Oakland.
That's right.
Well, you could have said LA.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's true. That's true. Zamir White, I like it. We have, and is that our first running back?
Yeah,
that's fantastic. I love us for this. All right, I'm gonna look at my late RB value here.
Pushing limits
love
here.
That.
I think the next pick for me would be Najee Harris, who I know I just
that's great.
surrendered my badge, but
nope, that's fine. Those are the kind of guys we can stack a few of these guys. David Montgomery, those kind of guys.
Yeah, but
he could go. Najee could go at the 11 here. I don't think the 12.
No.
But then what?
James, guys like DeAndre Swift, maybe in Chicago now.
Gone. There's Mostert, Jonathan Brooks.
You know, it'd be nice if I shut up and looked at the board, wouldn't it? Oh yeah.
Well,
I was supposed to show you the board.
I'm never that guy.
Zero question.
That's right. Here,
My
how's
fault.
that?
I got lost.
How's that, Nick? Look at the board. I got it right here for you.
Oh, look at you. Oh, you know, I think Mostert's great value. I like him better than Najee.
All right, so we'll cue
love Mostert. Everyone's all on the A chain train, and that's fine. But Mostert was, even if he stays healthy, Mostert touches the ball a lot. I love Mostert there.
Yep. All right. Well, we're one pick away.
Use the love word. Thank you.
Word.
Thanks for the peek.
Of course. Of course. All right.
Doing that. We're doing that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love it. Watch me ruin our team.
No, I listen.
With my strong opinions.
Running back. It's a ADP.
I love it. Don't you hate drafting Dolphins? Oh, and Jets. We get Jets.
No, I don't care.
Now.
It's terrible. I hate to admit it, but I don't care.
I know you. You're an unfeeling cyborg.
I know. Yeah, I am. I just want to win.
That's right. We will. Look at these other lineups. I'm these delusional Ramonde, Dre Stevens. Look at this Duck Dynasty. You already know they suck with that name. CeeDee Lamb, okay. Derrick Henry, that's good. Cooper Kupp, mouth fart. Josh Jacobs, that's good. Jake Ferguson, mouth fart. McLaurin, mouth fart. Stevenson, mouth fart.
In their defense, they didn't choose McLaurin or Stevenson. They timed out. So
that is there's no excuse for that. You guys have managed to get picks in even with me blathering on with my boring stories. So there's no excuse for that.
Look, Nick, I'm with my wife's family 3 hours north of Toronto. I'll get the picks in. I mean, I'm happy to just listen to you and do this all night. We did a draft before this one with Trysta Krick from BetMGM, who has been on with Bulldog and me like pretty much every Tuesday for 4 or 5 years. And we love her. She's in the betting space. And I don't know, I'd love to talk to you about that. We can do that, now or some other time. But she wasn't so familiar with your stint at ESPN. the tail of the tape, advantage push, all of that. But I mean, you were so far ahead of the curve on that. And she's, in that same space, trying to help people win and create her own brand. And she's doing many great things. But I think finally back to those years, just watching pregame shows on ESPN and, advantage push was my favorite.
I appreciate that, Mike. Yeah, it's the thing is, in her defense, it's been a while, and that stuff, it's garbage in, garbage out with pop culture, and it has been a while, but I had so much fun doing that. I love doing those segments. That was definitely one of the happier times for sure. I should light that candle again. Everything, we were doing it back when you weren't allowed to do any of that. So there was no glut.
Right.
And then the NFL shut us down, when their deals were up with the networks. After that cycle, we were a deal memo. If ESPN wanted to get football back, they killed us and that show Playmakers. I don't know if you remember that show.
Yes.
Right.
But sort of a mythological football league where people
Yeah.
smoke crack at halftime and all that.
Yeah.
So we got Taglia booed to a fairly well. Brock Purdy in 9. Interesting. now we're in the value quarterback zone. Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, very interesting. Brock Purdy, and we're in an era where pocket passers are all kind of, that's why it's nice what we did with Josh. But the guys with wheels, they just do more for you in fantasy. It's just the way it is. People are so
Nick.
high on Anthony Richardson. It's an unproven thing. Look at that in 5 right after Lamar. Yes.
You're such a fan, but also a connoisseur. Do you remember where you were and how you felt when Allen was drafted by the Bills?
Yeah, I was, I was thinking, I love that they went big on a guy who I think can play in cold weather. That's what I was thinking. And yet, if you remember, honestly, at the time, there was that feeling of like, boy, I hope we weren't supposed to pick Josh Rosen. Because they were the two of, and Rosen was the other kind of quarterback, but, which is remarkable. He did nothing in the NFL. But at that time, there were those that, and boy, shoot, who's the kid that the Jets picked? He's still in the league,
Sam Darnold.
Zach Wilson.
Darnold was considered the no-brainer, but I liked the Josh pick because I felt like they were swinging for the fences with, a kid who felt like Secretariat, right? This guy can do things the other guys can't. And I thought, great. And honestly, I thought, okay, he can play in the snow. He can play in the wind. He can make the ball spin in our stadium. I think that's a great decision.
I like it.
How about you? Where were you?
Oh, my God. I was dreading it.
You were talking about it all day for your job, I know. But
every day for months, because I wanted Lamar Jackson or Josh Rosen. But it was interesting to me. Adam, captain the room, if you would, please. I was a Heisman voter, and I bought into Jackson as the best running quarterback of all time. I voted for him to win the Heisman twice. He only won once. Like, this was the guy, and it bothered me so much, Nick, and it affected my takes on the air that the Bills wouldn't even talk to him. And Chris was the same way. But, we had Tyrod Taylor, and they were not going to do the same prototype again, and that's very unfair to everybody involved. But, it was never going to be Lamar. So, all right, well, Josh Rosen, UCLA, sort of good and pretty and sort of fine.
Yep.
Let's do that. Allen Analytics said Kevin Cole, who I really like, literally wrote, if Allen succeeds, he'll be the first of his type to ever succeed in the NFL. And I can't side with that.
No, it was not.
Are you guys okay with Curtis Samuel?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Perfect.
So I will tell you tonight, I never sort of, even to this day, professionally, but that shapes myself personally, have gotten comfortable with it. And,
I don't know anyone who I believe, was sold on Josh back then, as opposed to a bold move that could, get Bean fired, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know too, with all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Like, you just don't know, especially when it comes to quarterback. There's so much. I've always said quarterback is like literally the hardest job in the world. You have to be really smart. You have to think quickly. You have to be super athletic. You have to have the physical skills, the mental skills. You got to be a leader. Like, those people just don't exist. That's why there's like 10 good ones in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
just don't
absolutely. It's such
exist.
a crapshoot.
You know,
Our old dear friend Bill Polian was very down on Lamar, right? You had
yes,
to wonder if that resonated in Orchard Park, right?
yeah,
I hated
Uh-oh.
that so much. I mean, it just did not.
Yeah.
It did not seem fair. And I like to fight against that crowd. And so, like, here's Bill, of all people, Bill Polian saying he should move to wide receiver. Like, I'm just going to hate that forever.
on the clock.
And that sort of leans you toward Jackson. So I've never really sort of graduated from that sort of that struggle, quote struggle. I think it's tight end or running back here.
Has anyone picked Aaron Jones?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
DeAndre
Oh,
Hopkins,
you ready?
by the way, is way late. Like, he's
Here we go.
injured, but does he have to miss time? Like, it's wide receiver.
That's interesting. He's intriguing, and so is Nick Chubb. If you want somebody who at some point might be
Okay.
returned to dominance.
Nick Chubb or Brian Robinson for me at running back with Washington. Either one.
Go ahead, Nick. You pick.
Let's go Chubb.
Okay.
Because I think, he's got the high upside.
Yeah, he's got the second half. Like, hey, put him on the pup.
Exactly.
You know,
And this is best ball, so if he does deliver,
yeah,
we won't have they'll just it'll automatically work for us.
yeah. I think with that pick, we might need to come back and get another running back quick here, just because we won't have him probably for the first half.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which I'm fine with, because I like the running
If you
back
want somebody who's going to get a lot of carries, our old friend Devin Singletary, right?
Yeah.
Who else is going to do anything for the Giants?
We're not up for a bunch of picks, but we've got. We could do Jerome Ford if he makes it back and do that.
Oh, you know what? I think that's really interesting. And then we've got Cleveland sewn up, right?
Zeke Elliott, as gross as that is,
it's gross.
It's early season carries. We could do Gus Edwards, early season carries.
Yeah, those are all viable. Those
are
all nice.
Yeah. Right now, I think people might be watching. Of course they are, because Nick is on. But I think Goff is the pick we want next. If we were up next, we'd pick Goff.
Goff. Okay.
Interesting.
We do need another quarterback. I mean, it's best ball. We can't do waivers. We do need.
I think Goff is really underrated. That's a really good pick, Mike. I like Goff this year a lot.
We have to find a couple of tandems here in the next half.
You know what? You're right. I forgot it's best ball, and we do have to stack tight end, don't we?
And it's a tournament. We're playing against.
Yeah.
Adam, how many 17 million teams we're playing against? Underdog. There's underdog out there with 670,000 teams in the best ball mania, but this is still a lot.
Good
and
Lord.
We have to figure out the playoff weeks, because once if you're lucky enough to make it to week 15 and then 16 and then 17, your score is reset to 0 in this tournament each time. So you have to make sure you have,
gotcha. Okay.
The right combinations.
Let me just double check. Goff.
No, he's up.
Josh
he's available.
I'm just trying to look at bye weeks. I don't have him here. We just want to make sure that nobody lines up with Josh.
Yeah.
No, he's week 5. Allen is late, and they play each other in week 15, which is one of the playoff
really
weeks.
Smart.
So.
Love it. I like the Goff angle a lot. That's great.
I think we'll be lucky to get him, but if we do.
Nick, was the name of that movie you couldn't think of? Was it We're No Angels? Someone threw something in the chat.
Yes.
There you go.
That was it.
Thank you, Jay.
And it was the most surreal day. And this incredible parade of really famous actresses came in. That was a fascinating experience. And it was Neil Jordan directed it, and it was the full set, full wardrobe. And back then, everything on film you shot with smoke on the set, commercials, single camera TV movies. So the smoke machine was pumping all day long. And like I said, between takes, we'd go back behind the set in this white cyclorama and sit there silently in our bizarre costumes. It was a trip. In this little soundstage in like the deep West 20s in Manhattan. Yeah.
Apart from our conversations, what's the question you get the most?
You know, I don't think there's a definitive. I love that you're killing your mosquitoes.
I know it's so bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that maybe will you do the cat voice for me?
The cat.
Will you do Salem? That's probably the one I get the most.
Is Seinfeld second?
Maybe it's certainly the one that people recognize and it's still out there. I will be at work and people say, I saw your Seinfeld last night. I hear that because it's rerunning constantly.
Can you believe the staying power of that show? Like, is that something in sitcom history?
It feels like, if you're on the Honeymooners or one of those things that, a show that is going to kind of maybe be on forever. It's everything about that is pretty amazing. It was I had nothing but good things to say about that experience. It was a beautiful week.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I was going to say, I got to work with Michael DeBar that week too. And back then he hadn't had his Renaissance yet, so nobody knew who he was except me. And I remember going up to him and saying, I own Silverhead on vinyl. And he was like, what? We had lunch every day. So everything about that week was ridiculous. Yeah, it's cool.
Can I introduce anybody to Zach Charbonnet?
Yes, I think I'm running back. If you want early season production, do we care about that? It's Gus Edwards, but Charbonnet is definitely the back half guy.
We might, but I'm not sure Gus Edwards is even Lloyd I could listen to instead.
Okay. What about tight end?
Not yet. It's not there right now.
Not there. Not the value.
No. It's bad right now.
Okay.
Seattle, Nick, who has a better year, Seattle or the Jets or Green Bay?
I bet Seattle to go over their season win total. That being said, I think Green Bay has the best season of all those three.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I love Marshawn
your bet. Your money's on the line with Charbonnet, so we're doing that at this point.
Cool.
So it's either
I think they're going to run the ball a lot. They'll run the ball a lot. Geno Smith.
Do we want how early? I mean, Jalen Wright gives us 2/3 of that Dolphins backfield. If Mostert goes down, Jalen Wright could be a big piece. Is it too early? I mean, he went in the 12th round last draft. I'm just trying to look at compliments to our team.
Oh, those are the RBs. There we go. Dobbins is interesting if he lasts more than 5 seconds.
Right.
He's got big upside for best ball, but he'll break our hearts. Algier is interesting too.
He's an injury.
Everyone's so in love with
Bijan. Yeah.
Bijan. Yeah, we're looking at it's getting ugly, isn't it? We need one of these clowns.
Here's my humble suggestion. Is Noah Fant, and then we get to know and love the Seattle Seahawks here with Charbonnet, because I don't know, if we're gonna
let's see the tight ends. Can you show me the tight ends?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
You got it.
Pronounce these names, let alone
I know.
Give me the primer. Is it primer or primer?
Primer.
I think both are acceptable. Why not? K. Otten. I don't see. Or I'm sorry, Noah Fant.
Yeah,
why not? It's really getting ugly there too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm fancier, and if you're willing to tough this out with us, we can make this team sing. I think based on this pick, Noah Fant is the pivot point.
Oh,
do it! Fuck, do it!
He's the CDM of this team. He's the
Fant it up. Oh, I see. You're in, and you're putting your little you're queuing players up.
That's right.
Like that.
All right. So here is what we're going to do. We are done at tight end with this team. We need to load up on wide receivers, running backs, dart throws, maybe 2 quarterbacks, maybe a third tight end. Maybe we'll see. If Nick has any questions for us, he could leave whenever. We've kept him a long time. He's been fishing all day. I mean, I don't want to.
I'll tell you what. Let's do one more. Oh, Tua's great value there.
Who does he have?
Oh, Tua's going to be huge this year. Tua's super undervalued. It's a fantasy football quarterback.
No,
but that team has no Dolphins.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's buried.
We need our quarterback. Who's there?
And he has Caleb Williams, and he has no Bears.
Yeah, naked.
So Nick, good news. He's dead. Teammate is dead. I mean, it's just no chance. They're good players. They're dead. The team is dead. They're not going to win $300,000 to split 3 ways like we are.
8th round, Jonathan Brooks too. That's pretty wild.
Has anybody let me look before I ask Gavin. You guys have to go, yes, he went in round 1, idiot.
That's okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say it because I just answered my own question. Can you show me the remaining quarterbacks?
Absolutely.
Adam will do that while I get a refill.
Yeah, you go get a refill.
Thank you.
You got Stafford, Deshaun.
Oh, Stafford.
Yeah.
Stafford is. I think Stafford's probably.
Rodgers goes.
Although you know who Levis is a really interesting long shot for big numbers this year.
Some people like him. Spread offense, new coach, all these weapons they got for him.
Shit ton of weapons. Yep.
Yeah.
But I would do. Guess who? Did he just go?
I mean, Rodgers goes with Garrett Wilson. Geno Smith goes with the other Seahawks that we have. So we got options.
Rodgers isn't bad, I guess. So he stacks with Wilson. I would do Rodgers or Levis. Deshaun makes me very nervous.
I know. I mean, he might get Brandon Ayuk here though in a minute, which would be nice.
Really?
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Is that true?
We yeah. There's big rumors about an Ayuk trade.
Swirling.
That trade rumor involves Amari Cooper, I think. Too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Deshaun, he's really not been dynamic in the league. He's not been good for fantasy quarterback. Lee, I was pitching while you were refilling.
Yep.
I actually think Will Levis is an interesting upside quarterback this year. But it's a huge roll of the dice.
Well, we need that.
Yep.
So
yeah,
let's.
Aaron Rodgers stacks us with Wilson, which is a very good point Adam made. So
and Geno stacks with. Who else do we have? Let's see the draft board.
Do you want ADP on those two?
Yes.
Rodgers is 150.
Sure.
Levis is 162. Geno 168.
So they're all in the neighborhood.
That's right.
And they're all
Rodgers and Allen have the same bye week.
Oh,
okay. Put me in the Will Levis business. That's my pitch.
I love that.
I love it.
I am just in the Will Levis business.
He's one of my sleepers this year.
I like it.
And then there's Okonkwo.
Chigosium.
Oh God! Listen to you. I wasn't gonna come near that name.
Listen, when you
this is a bit.
This is a bit. Mike can't understand why people can't pronounce Chigosium, and now neither can I.
I thought you just acquitted yourself pretty well.
That's right.
It does sound like something that helps you keep a medication that keeps your blood sugar down, though.
Yeah.
Oh, these ads, the drug ads.
Chigosium. Try Chigosium.
Every one of them. I cannot believe the same cliches, the same 7 consonants, the Seinfeld, 7 consonants in a row in the taxi cab. Every drug ad is the same. Just sort of. Here we are.
It's just a commercial of 3 guys drafting fantasy football teams taking their Chigosium. It's
I just Byzantium. That was an empire.
That's right.
That's a good one. Byzantium for sure.
Vito.
On deck here, on deck.
Oh my God, I'm trembling.
So as soon as you said Ducks Dynasty was a bad team name, that guy just quit the chat, left the
He
room.
did.
Oh
He drafted
no!
He left.
Coleman. He just
no.
he's done.
You know
He's
what?
done. It's late
God.
here in the East.
You know what the problem is, Mr. Duck, and anyone else I've offended. I spend my life in comedy writing rooms, and they're mean-spirited places, and I'm broken. And I'm so used to talking trash and taking trash, and I'm broken for decent society, and it is not you, it's me, and I apologize.
Well, we're going to lift
I
you
really
up right
do.
now and put your pieces back together with Will Levis. Yes?
Oh my God, this is going to be.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, you know what I predict this pick will give us, Mike? A big juicy segment right around week 7, when Will Levis is, when Will Levis has been sold to a USFL team.
Oh God.
We'll have something to talk about.
Nick, does the sort of I think it doesn't, and this is how you survive. Like I said this 30 years ago, stuff that it's different now. It's all like you could die from it or just lose your career from it. This stuff now that keeps me up all night. Let's pick Okonkwo first, and then we can talk about
You're on
this.
the edge of extinction every time you turn your mic on. It's tricky. Oh, who are we picking?
Okonkwo, Chigoziem.
You go with Levis.
Oh, beautiful. Look at this.
Yep, Mexican sausage.
But it freaks me out. This literally last night I had a dream. So my thing has always been sort of, you have a memory, you remember games and dates and everything like this. And I had a dream where I was talking to Sneaky Joe, my colleague at WGR, about this one play that Ovechkin made. He's like, Ovechkin? You mean in football? He's like, no. Well, we were confused, and it was Trevor Lawrence. Well, that was 8 letters. And then I went back solo on the air, and I said, well, he's not going to have as much money as Buck Gates. And then I went to break, and everybody was like, you mean Bill Gates? This was like last night. I had this dream.
Yikes.
Thinking I got the name wrong. I got everything else wrong. I don't know anything anymore. This is not even saying something controversial or, offensive.
No, it's just you goofed, and for some reason that will end you. Yeah, it's really interesting times. It seems like things maybe have calmed down a notch. Depends.
Yeah.
Who knows? But one thing that's been true forever, Mike, is that incompetence will get you killed. So I think you need to get some more sleep.
I think that's right. It's fair. I think about Gilbert Gottfried a lot, doing 9/11 jokes in the shadows of the tragedy, and just people who were so brave. And you know what? This is what I'm about.
There is a problem with that, because the stand-up world is even more ruthless than the writer's room world, but it's the same principle in that it has to be a free space in order for you to have your engine generating,
right.
And it has to be a place where you can try and fail, but everyone has to be on the same page with that, or else these days people get really upset. And you can spend a lot of years in these environments, and then you wander out of them, and you're out of touch with what people want to hear and what they can handle. And I worry about that stuff too. I've spent a lot of my life being wildly inappropriate for money, and
wasn't it great?
Wasn't it great? It was.
It was the best.
It was wonderful.
How old are your kids?
12 and 16.
Oh wow. Mine are 13 and 12. Adam?
12, 10, 6.
Okay, we're all in the same boat.
We're there.
Yeah,
we're there. Getting seasick in that boat too. By the way.
Yeah, but I'm going to let those guys go out on a boat with a weird captain.
No.
No.
Can't do
Captain America, or whoever you said
That's
the
right.
captain.
That's right.
Captain
Captain
Comeback. Who's Captain
Kangaroo.
Comeback?
Captain Comeback. I know this one.
Captain. Is that David
There's been
Ortiz?
so many-
Staubach?
Stop.
Might be. There have been a lot of Bernie's
Elway?
Brian Sipe.
Right.
I mean, there have been a lot of people had
Youngstown.
a lot of comeback artists have had some version of that.
All right, what do we need?
Comeback. Oh,
Adam, how do we get
We
this
need-
home?
We need a couple
I
running
think
backs. We're at
we need
4.
RBs and we need YRs and RBs. Whoever strikes your fancy. Let's take a look at both lists. I'll weigh in and then I will depart.
Way in.
Okay.
Mike, what about
Reed-
stacks, bringbacks?
Ray
Anything else?
Davis, gone.
Ray Davis gone.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is seeds and stems pretty much. Let's look at the YRs.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, please.
Ooh,
Good
Polk.
job.
Estimate.
Whoa. Who are these people?
Herbert.
I thought you had a name that you were about to throw out.
Oh,
Allen.
I'm sorry to get you
I
teased
was
like
excited.
Polk.
I know. You feeling something, Mike?
I like 3 running backs, so I'd pick a receiver first.
Yep.
Tennessee, Jacksonville, no. Baltimore, Bateman, no.
You know, DJ Chark might do something with the Chargers because there's no one there.
I've actually been taking him recently, but I think we can wait on him a round or two. I don't
I
even
agree with that.
I don't
I
even think
agree
he
with
gets
that.
drafted sometimes, but I'm
He
okay.
Take
is.
Polk.
Yeah, I like Polk. Polk could be
People
the
are
number
fading Polk because they think Ayuk is going to the Patriots. He doesn't have to.
one. Right.
Great. Works
That's
for
right.
me.
Polk,
I am not feeling anything.
Polk
got
could be
it.
the number one for sure. Polk, and then I like for the running backs, I like Estime, I like Herbert, and I like Allen as well. Herbert could go.
Well, those
Herbert could
those
get
are nice.
traded. You know,
Yeah, Herbert's decent back. Yep.
Can't lose.
Bigsby. I like Bigsby.
Holy cow.
So,
Edwards
Nick,
Hilaire. Remember when he was a high pick? Yes.
every fantasy podcast I watch, at the end they go, guest, tell us where we can find your content. Where can we listen to you? Where can we pay more attention to you? You're doing great work. Where can we find you?
I would just have everybody watch Bookie on Max.
Consider it done.
Bookie's the one. Watch that, right, Mike? And watch me on this draft. And if we do another one, I'll be much gentler to my fellow drafters. I didn't
Your
really
pick here.
understand the premise. Oh,
Your pick, any running back you want right here.
all right. Any running back? We'll get J.K. Dobbins. Is he gone?
Gone.
Yeah,
Herbert?
he's got to be gone. Yeah, do
Herbert.
Herbert. Yeah, Herbert.
By the way, just came in on Bleacher Report that Patriots are out on Brandon Ayuk. So, what a
Let's
pick!
go.
for Jalen Polk.
Polk looks better.
Jalen
all
Polk
the
just
time.
went up
Better.
4 rounds in
Incredible.
underdog.
That's right. Look at you, Shobi.
Incredible.
See, I'm doing that hockey thing where I'm putting a Y on everyone's last name.
Love it. You
That's
can't
a-
do that with your name.
Shopi with the helper. No, you can't. It's already
No.
baked in.
What's your
Yeah.
hockey nickname?
The Fudge
Fox?
Hammer. I have no idea.
Fudge hammer.
Listen, on that note, thank you, Nick. So grateful.
Slow-footed, stay-at-home defenseman with a lot of heart. All right.
Tough to play against. Tough to play against.
But I am a right-handed defenseman, and I'm available if the Sabres need me. All right. This
you,
is
Nick.
really fun, guys. You guys are delightful. All right. Go team.
Likewise. Good night.
And all right, go conquer.
Thanks,
boys.
Nick. See you, buddy.
Bye.
So, I love it. How we doing?
Good. Really good.
Good.
Is this team okay?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put our banner up here. And I'm gonna look at it a little bit more. I don't like.
Is
the way
anybody in the chat?
right here?
The Bugs.
Well, there's 12. There's 1,200 people watching the show, loving the draft. Let's see who we got left in the chat here.
We got done with Trysta, Adam, and
Yeah.
my father-in-law said, "You got to put that bug spray all over you, not just your, your neck, your
Yeah.
ears, legs, the clothes, the computer,
The whole
everything.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, I know Nick at one point said, I love watching Shobi do this. It's been way better.
Has it? Okay, good.
And he also said once it gets cooler, the mosquitoes go away. And that's
Yeah.
been true too.
That's right. Speaking of the chat, we have a question. Would you guys rather have Bateman or DJ Chark? Oh gosh, this is a long one. 2027 third, $40 of fab.
What?
I find that interesting when you got leagues that you can trade fab. That's incredible. I would rather have DJ Chark for Bateman, maybe even straight up, but throw in a third rounder in 2047 and $40 of fab and a steak dinner. Yeah, I'll definitely take
Bateman.
No.
Of course.
No.
You don't want the third from 4 years away, the $40. Who even cares? The
$12 in fab could be. I'd take the $40
upside. You're good at this. Take the upside. Bateman is the Chark is not. Chark is
maybe I'm
Bateman,
burning.
of course.
At least Chark's got a year of goodness under his belt. Maybe I'm just so sour on Bateman. And I have Bateman too, because it gets to the point like, Ravens versus whoever type of thing. There goes Bateman in the 17th.
Fine. Oh wow. Steal.
Right. Good pick.
What's left here?
All right.
Team.
Let's take a peek. We need more running. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receivers. I could go with another receiver.
Me too.
Or two.
Yep.
I do like Estime and Allen.
Wait. Oh, there's a name.
DJ Chark.
Nope.
Lobby.
Nope.
Mims gone. Oh, hold on. Before you even put it up, did you put up? Oh, okay. What about Malachi Corley? He's been having a great camp. Garrett Wilson. What about Andre Ilyasovas, the hockey player?
Yoshibas.
Javon Baker.
As soon as he gets Okonkwo, I have to come back at him with Yoshibas. My fault. It's my character flaw.
Yoshibas.
Listen.
7 letters. I like the Burks too. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And Boyd. You want to go Burks and Boyd?
Who should go first, Boyd or Burks?
Who should go? Who's gonna? I would take Burks.
Me too.
Absolutely, 1,000%. 1,000%. Get Nick back on the show. That's how fired up I am about this. Nick
Wilson, Chuck.
Oh. Jay hates it. Jay says Boyd, but that's okay. We'll get them both.
Take Boyd behind us.
We'll get them both.
It's just like dusty receivers. This guy has like 7.
I got you, Jimmy. I got you. I'm scrolling up. He wants to see the top of the board here.
Come on, Jimmy.
Jimmy Williams. This is like the former coach of the Red Sox?
Manager. 1M. 1M.
All right. Oh, sorry. Mike, I'm kind of I know we're on the clock here, right? We coming up here?
Are we?
After this pick, I'll tell you why I'm kind of upset, and then but we got to make the pick. Oh, there goes Corley. Come on.
Fine. Who cares?
Oh my God. We started. Where did we start? Garrett Wilson, Kelsey. I like that pick. I got to be honest with you. It was touch and go there the first 4 or 5 rounds. Making
yeah,
picks.
it was.
Oh
yeah,
my God. It was touch and go.
It was.
Oh
Boyd.
My God. Yes. Oh my God. What a stack. What a stack. Levis, Okonkwo, Burks, and Boyd. I can't wait to tell my wife when we get off.
Oh, tighten up.
I can't
tighten up.
Tighten up. Oh my God. So it's been a wonderful night of drafting. So as you know, I got 30 teams in the fantasy baseball underdog.
Oh,
for $1 billion going. I got 10 teams right now that are through out of 30. My highest owned pitcher is Dylan Cease. Big game tonight for Dylan Cease. He pitches an inning and a third, and they have a 2-hour rain delay, and they take him out. I'm just disgusted. Like, I want to just scream at the top of my lungs. What do I do? When are they going to pitch him again? Is it like a bullpen session? Does he get to pitch tomorrow?
No.
Ugh.
What team is he on?
The Padres.
against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not tomorrow.
Disgusting. Just so bad. But
Got to price
we'll
that
see.
in, Adam. Got to price that in.
That's right. That's right. This team's been auto drafting, I think, since
Nick.
Nick.
Before Nick.
I feel bad.
We cut it?
McLaurin, and I don't even hate it. It gets the McLaurin Daniels stack. It gets Ramondre in the 7th, Singletary in the 10th. It's got three quarterbacks.
All right.
Not bad.
Let's wrap.
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right.
Thanks for watching The Deep End. Mike, Adam. Next week, Eric Wood, right?
I hope so. Eric Wood, former center Buffalo Bills.
125, same tournament.
Yes.
See you then.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
From the Podfather to you, I deeply appreciate you tuning in. And many ask, what can I do? What can I do to help support the hosts, the research they do, the production costs? Go to PlayerProfiler.com. Dynasty Deluxe, World Famous Draft Kit, Rankings, DFS Dominator, and of course, Data Analysis. Subscribe to any one of those, and you support all of us and take Player Profiler to the moon.